Alex, first off, how are things at the club? I mean, here we are on the last day, effectively, of 2020. What a horrendous year.
Yeah, it's certainly brought about its challenges, Steve. I think on and off the field, obviously on the field, we know it's been a very difficult one, and we're very lucky to be in the Football League, and obviously we don't want to be in the position we're in at the minute. But that said, we didn't have a long time to prepare for life in the Football League this season, and we'll do some work in the coming weeks in the transfer window to try and adjust that. But we as a squad, very collective as a unit, and we've overcome a lot of challenges this year, and I'm sure we will do next year. And let's hope we can get to the end of the season and still be in the Football League. And 18 months is a long time in football, as we all know. Alex,
one word that you used in there, work. The work that's gone on behind the scenes at this club has just been absolutely tremendous. And I don't think people really do fully appreciate the situation you've been in, particularly since the start of the COVID, since March really, where you've been short-staffed and everything. But there's so much work going on by so many people, and it's just been great to watch it from afar.
Yeah, it's a real credit to all the staff really and the volunteers that they've risen to these challenges, and some of them are very big. A lot of work we did, particularly with the care line, to come together and support the local community for those probably 4 or 5 months. But there's lots of small challenges that take place and lots of things that you wouldn't normally see, and COVID's sort of done that. We've had to adapt as a business. We've had to become a lot more digitally focused. We've had to adapt in terms of putting in place new procedures for COVID, and just simple things like academy training sessions and staging games here at Lamex Stadium have been a real challenge. But we're probably a lot closer club because of it. We're probably more embedded in our community because of it. And does 2021 scare us? No, it doesn't really. We're ready to take on that next challenge. And
it was that last game before the first lockdown, wasn't it? It was Salford at home, and the fans are in here. Do you remember? It was the hashtag. It was just amazing, wasn't it? But
hashtag Stevenage for League Football, of course.
Yeah, but I need to ask, where did Careline come from? How did we get to where we got to be so amazing within the town during lockdown?
The care line came from the gentleman to the right of me, the chairman who's standing there. But it's chairman's idea. We had to do something for the community. We couldn't just stand there and do nothing, and it was important that we rallied around and played our part.
And is there much going on with the club now, still out in the community with the care line? Obviously we're in another lockdown, the situation, we don't know where we're going with it. Are we in contact with these people still?
Yeah, we're still in contact. They all received a Christmas card and a small gift a few weeks ago, but the foundation are really taken that baton on and are doing that in a different manner now.
Sure.
There's a lot more support in place for those people, and a lot of it now is around mental health and well-being, and they're carrying on that work for us.
And have you had much feedback from the people that you have been helping? Because I know that I helped 3 or 4 times, and the people you went to see, you got chatting to them, and there were people there who weren't really interested in Stevenage football, but they appreciated what was happening, and they were definitely going to come to see a Stevenage game. At the moment they can't, but are you getting much feedback from people?
I think that's
like
been one of the hardest things. We'd have loved to have them all in here, and we even spoke about Christmas dinners and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you go in the office, you would be amazed by the amount of Christmas cards we've got from people that live in Bedwell Crescent, or people that live on Broadwell Way, or out in Poplars or Chels or Pingreen. They all, it's probably not till you get that card on a late on a Thursday afternoon, and you open the post and you go, wow, I forgot about that. But actually,
you're saying about the gift, and I know what was given out. Someone walked past my house the other day, and out of their bag they showed me the card outside my house. They're like, look what I've got a card and a gift. And it was just amazing to see, that these people that have no affiliation to the club, which is weird for us definitely to say, I just think of us in that light.
I think what 2020 has proved is, the football club is a lot more than it happens between 3 and 5 on a Saturday.
Yeah,
it's about the foundation and the women's team and the part it plays in people's daily lives.
Talking of the women's team, it's not a bad sponsorship deal just been secured, which again has proven to be big news, not just in Stevenage but further afield and around the world.
Yeah, I think so day one was 100 million hits on the campaign, which is
say that again.
100 million on day one. we haven't got the latest, but you can see where it's going. The previous campaign was 1.6 billion impressions, so we've just shipped off today 450 shirts.
Wow.
So they've come in. They're going all around the world: Japan, USA, Mexico, China. In a way, it's fantastic. It's great coverage for the club, but also it's great that we can, really start to develop the women's side of the game and start to bring some equality, and also it keeps people talking about the team. It keeps them talking about the town, and hopefully we've brought a few smiles across people's faces in the last year when we've done things like that.
And you're dead right there, aren't you? Because with everything that's going on around the world and on the pitch, let's be honest, it's not been as many Stevenage fans want to see it. I've seen many of them have come back and they're just applauding again the good work of the club and the great sponsorship deal. For those who don't know, it's the deal is that Stevenage are sponsored by a burger manufacturer. With King in their name, and they've rebranded and they've now got Queen in their name locally here, and they've got that on the shirts for the ladies team, so which is fantastic. And are those the shirts that are being sold?
They're the ones that are being sold. The local restaurant has rebranded itself as well, which goes to show the magnitude of what they're doing. But hopefully 2021 we'll see that balanced out on the field, and if the two come together, then I'm sure there's a really bright future for the club.
Before we talk about on the field, where are we with COVID now? I mean, obviously we're in Tier 4 at the moment. We're expected to be announced that we will be in at least Tier 4 from tomorrow. How does that affect us?
At the minute, we keep playing ball, we carry on. We've got a lot of protocols in place, for the players at home, at the training ground, here at the stadium. Look, we're doing our best to try and battle it, but ultimately we'll be governed by the government and we'll be governed by the Football League. If they stay stopped, then we'll respect that and we do stop. What happens if we stop? Who knows? I don't think there's a plan there, but for the time being, we have to do our best to ensure it's as safe as possible to continue.
And it must have been soul destroying. Last game back here, fans are back. It was great to see people, and then all of a sudden, we talk about mental health. It just gets taken away from you, doesn't it? And I mean, even today we've turned up to the stadium, and again, rules have changed. It just must be a never-ending.
I mean, look, every game we review what we do. There was a lot of work that went into that Southend game. An awful lot of work that people wouldn't see. There's still a lot of work that's going to have to go in following the Southend game for when fans do return. We need to make some adjustments to the terrace. We still can't use the south stand yet. There's some adjustments that will be made there, but tonight we've had to put some further precautions in place. But safety is key at the minute.
We look at the north stand and how frustrating is that? After all the pushing and shoving to get that finally up and running.
If we go back to the Salford game, we got it. We finally got the inside open, the bar facilities, the concourse. We've seen great season ticket sales this year in that stand, and it's gutting to not see it be used by the local community and the supporters. And let's just hope that first game back, when we can really get everyone back in the Lamex, it's going to be a really special occasion. But the platform's there to take the club forward.
Taking the club forward, that's what we all want to see, but it's not looking great when you look at the table at the moment. I've read the chairman's notes, and he's saying that there could be some new faces, some investment.
I think that always comes naturally in January. I think we're in probably a unique situation where we did have those players we signed early on because we thought we were going to be in the National League. So yes, there's probably a slight imbalance. But I think it was a good point at Cheltenham on Boxing Day, given the circumstances. We had 5 out through COVID. We didn't have a lot of time to prepare. We had injuries. Things are going well here this evening. The other thing to put into context is we haven't played half the season yet. There's still 4 sides we haven't played. There's other teams that will be affected by COVID. We all know anything can happen, as it did last year, but it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I'm still fairly confident that with the changes we'll make, we've brought Dean Wilkins in as well, some great experience, that come the end of the season, the club will be in the Football League.
We've just been talking about Dean Wilkins as well. There's 1 or 2 little tweaks today which you just felt were different, and perhaps that's him expressing his
Yeah, I mean,
side of things.
Dean only came in last week. You know. Doesn't give anyone a lot of time to make an impact in a new job, and I think, you know, let's see where we are come the end of January on that one.
And you're a fan as much as anyone is that's here or watching at home today. Did you enjoy the first half?
I think I probably jumped the furthest when that went in. Look, let's not forget, it's a derby, it's Cambridge.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to beat Cambridge, everyone wants to beat Luton.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be many people at home enjoying that goal that Charlie Carter's put in, but you know, let's just see if we can see it out. It'd be great to get a second, but you know, 3 points is key, and if it comes against Cambridge, well, that's probably even better.
You touched on the earlier point with regards to a lot more digital. Do you think football's changed and will probably continue that way after COVID?
The hardest thing at the minute is keeping everyone engaged.
Yeah.
How do you keep people engaged in normal circumstances? How do you keep them engaged when they can't come to games? And how do you keep them engaged when the results are not going the way you want? It's a tough challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think digital will impact things moving forwards. I think people's expectations of how they're interacted with and what they're brought up to speed with will change. But hopefully that will be one of the positives of 2020 and COVID, that we've become more digitally focused and we've exploring new revenue streams. And
I mean, we were the first to do the digital programme, weren't we?
Yeah, followed by the likes of Cambridge, of course, and who are doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, we've ventured into esports in the last couple of months, and I'm sure that will be a real big area of growth for clubs.
Steve, you're a big fan of that, aren't you?
Oh, I haven't got a clue what you're talking
You're
about.
not asking what his gamer tag is.
Not a clue. Alex, just before you go, I'll put you on the spot here. As CEO of Stevenage Football Club, a message for the fans who haven't been able to get to games and are relying on, you know, what we're having to offer them. You know, what you've got to say to them.
Yeah, I think, look, first of all, thank you. It has been a very, very difficult year for this football club. Please stand by us. Please look at what we're doing off the pitch, and rest assured we work very, very hard every single day to make this club better. And just trust in Revs and trust in that process. This was always going to be a very difficult season, but let's make sure, you know, please stay with us, and we want to make sure that come next season you're all back here at the Lamex and you're all enjoying Football League.